A lot of people had got onto us, and I know you spoke about this already on Talk Sport about Declan Rice and the situation with him, but I don't want to go on over it too much. But when he was being called up, did you know that he was being, touted by England, or did he say to you that, in a sense, that he was going to play for England and while he was still being called up, or was the intention you thought he wanted to play for Ireland?
Okay. Well, Declan Rice, first of all, he played in 3 games for us at senior level, but obviously not competitive level.
Yeah.
Um, Declan Rice, his dad, his family, and everybody concerned with the whole thing knew what the rules were. Declan Rice knew what the rules were, and I'm certainly not going to coerce someone into playing for us, or as the journalists might think, dupe someone into playing for us, because the people know the rules. They know what the rules are, and of course, I would want it of Declan Rice to play. I saw in some talent in him that wasn't apparent at the time, really by his club manager. Although he was only a young lad, but he was trying to break into the team. I think that
Pellegrini, I think it was, yeah.
Pellegrini was in charge. I think they opened the season in a match. They got well and truly hammered in a game, and then he got left out for matches. I remember speaking to Declan in his house and saying to him, Pellegrini doesn't know your capabilities at this minute. Just allow the time will tell. He will have you back in that side again. As it turns out, it was true, and Declan's never really looked back. But Declan Rice, Declan was born in England. His father had certainly empathy with his case for the Republic of Ireland. But Declan is a character. What did he see? Of course, did I know that England were interested in him? They were certainly interested in him after he had played some of the games for us. Absolutely. And was the English manager going to allow somebody that he might have a bit of talent? He might not have promised Declan that he was going to play. He's going to play what 50 odd, what is it, 37, 50 times, or whatever the case he's done now. In the meantime, but is he going to let him go? Particularly when the player was actually born in the country and had, regardless of playing some games for the Republic of Ireland, had still would want to play for the country of his birth. It's as simple as that. It was exactly the same with Grealish as well too. So and it's their choice. It's absolutely their choice. And coercion is not part of the deal if they want. And would you say that now at this minute with that Declan Rice or Grealish have thought twice about the decision to play for England? Grealish has gone on to play for England. He's gone on to have £100 million move from Aston Villa to Manchester City, and Declan Rice has been talked about as perhaps now going to Arsenal or Chelsea in the summertime. So and has had a number of big games experiences with England at World Cup level and European Championship level. So this idea that the player, the family, or anybody that didn't know the rules, everybody knew the rules. That's the point. And so, and it would be nice if he had, but he's got a choice to make, and the choice is that, and it's a free will, as they used to say way back, a free will, and he chose to play for England. And do you think he's regretted it today? I would hardly think it.
Yeah, I just think a lot of fans felt as though he kind of used the system to his advantage. Not so much you, but more so obviously Declan. But you
But
can't.
that's a question. That would be a question for
Yeah, for him.
Declan, not for me. But I could see the talent in him here, and I have to say, I think I saw that talent before perhaps England saw it. However, that's not the point. And of course, he had an agent at the time that was directing him very strongly to England. So all of those things, and I'm sure he would looked at. And the agent would have been not doing his job if he didn't show him his earning potential, certainly commercially, if he was going to play for England rather than Ireland,
Okay.
really. So I don't, and I think having to try and and seemingly defend myself in a position that was relatively straightforward for a player to choose. I find myself just at odds with all of this. I really do, because, as I said to you, the choice is the player's and his alone. And even if, and I'm quite sure he probably discussed it with the family. And if he was the one that wanted to play for England, he maybe have talked his father around. His father definitely had a viewpoint and a liking for Declan to play for the Republic. But the choice is down to the player himself. And I'm quite sure that when England probably came in and said, maybe didn't promise him the things that we could have done, like instant caps, but certainly England were not going to try and lose a player through just through sheer laziness of letting a player like Declan Rice slip through their fingers.
Yeah. Well, I had to ask because it was the kind of number one thing that everyone wanted to hear, but you've answered it there.
We could have easily have done well in a two-legged affair, particularly at Celtic Park.